Sam! Power's out. Let's get it turned back on. Power's out. Let's get it turned back on. Why don't someone go turn the power on? Imagine that. We need to turn the power on. How original. Imagine that. We need to turn the power on. How original. You stupid.
Now I hope you guys really enjoyed all those struggles of mine on this sucking map. This is definitely one of the hardest maps I've ever played. This is me soloing it, finally. I knew I could do it, but it was looking doubtful there for a little bit, man. I did this literally like 300 times just to get out of the first room. I got out of the first room numerous times, but I tried to figure out a strategy to make the rounds go quicker. It took me like almost 4 hours to beat this map, and I beat it on round 4, if that's saying anything. I was really picky. I played it safe the entire time, so I only killed like 1 to 3 zombies at a time, just because the way they spawn out of the floor like they do really cock blocks you. So I wanted to keep that at a minimum, just so I wouldn't get caught up on one and then get fuck-faced by the zombies, you know. But anyways, this is my strategy I used for the first room. Pretty much just freeball it. Do whatever you can until you get a train going. Obviously, you see from the beginning of this video, it's not going to happen every time, but if you keep sticking to it and you keep trying, eventually it will happen. I even died after I got the train going a couple times. I would turn and then they would just, I don't know, man. This map was a biatch. That didn't even come out right, but I don't know. I had a lot of fun playing it, man, and it's definitely deemed as one of the hardest maps, but honestly to God, once you get out of this first room, it's not that bad. The hardest parts are the beginning of the round, you know, while they're spawning in through the floor, because there's no windows, they just come up through the floor there, and it's definitely the hardest at the beginning of the rounds. Once you get a train going, if you just kind of, you know, kill a couple of them at a time so there's not a whole bunch spawning in on the floor, you should be good. But I don't know, man. This was one hell of a map. There's one map I've played other than this one, and I believe it's called Cage. I really don't see me ever beating it. It's got a viable ending as well, but what it is you're like in a hallway with these laser walls, or, you know, like if you try to go through the door, the lasers kill you, and there's like 2 windows or maybe just 1 window per little room, and I've never made it past the first room, so I really do not think I'll ever beat that map. So I would say this is probably the second hardest because cage, I believe, is what it's called. It's called like cage or trap. I'm pretty sure it's called cage though, and it is definitely, I don't know, if you can beat that solo, you're the man. I knew I could. Well, I had a feeling I could beat this one when they told me that you could get there was only a certain amount of zombies around, and then once I seen that back hallway, I was like, dude, I've got this. So I sat down like a couple days ago. I beat this a couple days ago. I tweeted when I did it. I said I was gonna have a video up that night or today, but I got caught up in crap, and I finally am just now putting it together. I realized Moon came out, so I'm even gonna have to put this. Well, it's not out right now. It's 1:30 in the morning, the night of Moon, and I'm awake. I'm waiting for Moon to come out, so I figured I'd put this together, do a commentary, and put this up. I might even put it up tomorrow afternoon, but probably not. It ain't going to compete with Moon tomorrow, so I'll probably just leave this for like a couple days from now or anything. You guys don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't really know what I'm talking about. All I know is this map was hard as shit. I used the first part here just to show you guys my strategy, and then I cut things down and make it a little quicker. I probably could have cut this down. But see, you know, I'm using this pistol right now to try to get as many points as I can. This does have a buyable ending for 50 grand. So I was wanting to point whore the best that I could. If I could give you a tip for this map at all, it's definitely do not kill them a bunch at one time. Especially like right now when I don't have Jug, because without Jug, we all know how it is, and I don't know, man. It's just harder than hell. This map made me so mad. It literally had me raging so hard at one point I was sweating, and I'm not even kidding you. I put on a fan. There was no way I was going to do this as a live commentary. I got too pissed off. I was ready to just throw some controllers. At one point, I even had the thought crossed my mind of just fucking putting my fist through the screen of my laptop. But, you know, I showed very awesome self-discipline, and I held back from doing that. But you can see I'm just picking them off one at a time, man, using this pistol because, honestly, you know what makes this hard now that I think about it is the goddamn upgraded Thompson. I'd rather get rid of that so I could point whore. That thing kills them so quick this early that, you know, it's not really that great. If I could use, like, I don't know, like a silenced pistol to where you could just rack up points, it would be better. But everything kills them so quick, and the key is, in my eyes, is not killing very many at a time because you don't want them spawning in on the floor, guys. I'm telling you right now, you'll see what it's like at the beginning of the rounds after this. I show you the end of this round going into round 3, the end of round 3 going into round 4, and then I show you me buying the ending. But you definitely don't want them spawning in on the ground because it's just kind of hit and miss. You never know where they're going to spawn. And honest to God, they spawn at your feet. They like to spawn at your feet, man. That's what cockblocked me so many times in this room right here at the beginning of the room. Plus, another thing that pisses me off more than anything. I'm getting pissed off right now. Can you tell by the way I'm gritting my teeth when I talk, God damn it? Anyways, the little turrets in the spawn room. There's these little boxes that come out of the wall, and you get caught on them. Those things, seriously, made me rage more than anything. You can kind of see them right there on the right of the door, that little box. Yeah, you can't, if you, you know, get up against the wall while you're doing a train, you get caught on them, and then you're fucked. Because obviously these guys are running since round 1. And there's like 140 on round 2. What the French toast is this shit? Like, round 3 had like 200. Round 4 had 333. I'd hate to see what round 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dude, be insane to the membrane. Insane to the membrane. Insane to the membrane. Was that very good? I don't know. That may have been a horrible impression. Kind of hurt my throat a little bit. Kind of tickled it a little bit. But anyways, guys, I got rid of my cat tonight. The damn thing, I went to clip its claws because I sit here in my boxers a lot, you know, because I live by myself. I sit here in my boxers a lot, and he always gets up on my lap. And I don't know if all cats do this, but like with their front paws, they sit there and like push down, alternating between the two. And he had some sharp ass claws. So I was going to take him to the vet and get him declawed, but I looked it up on YouTube how to like clip a cat's claws because I didn't really know if you could. And I seen how to do it, you know, where the pink shit is, whatever that fill stuff is inside their nail. I forget what it's called right now. But I looked and I tried to clip his nails, and that bastard was like, at me and shit. I ain't having that. So, but right here, I showed you guys how I activated the power. It's in behind that door right there. I hit that on one time through, and I did not shoot any right here, so they wouldn't spawn in on me. But yeah, back to the cap. I wasn't going to have that. I hate dogs that growl. If a dog shows me his teeth, I will backhand that son of a bitch. Seriously, I don't care if it's a rot, dude. He shows me his teeth, he's getting something right in his grill. But right there's the power switch. You see, I used the second lap around to get to the power. And then it's basically just working up to get Jug right now. I'd recommend not buying any other perks just because it's a waste of money in my opinion. But do what you got to do. Sleight of hand wouldn't be bad. It'd be awesome if Quick Revive revived you, but it didn't. But here's the end of round 2. You're going to see me take out the last few zombies of that. I didn't show you guys any more of this per round. You've seen enough of it there in round 2 to begin with. So it was pretty boring probably. And so I just figured I'd show you the very end of me killing off the last few and then the beginning of the first round to show you how I kind of like weaved in and out of all the little spawner guys. But yeah, man, I cannot stand aggressive animals. And I was just, yeah, I was clipping his nails and yeah, I probably didn't like it. But the way it was hissing at me and shit like that, he's lucky I didn't just drop an elbow on his bitch ass. You know what I mean? But for real, I'm not abusive to animals, man. But like a dog, a Rottweiler, I would smoke right in its nose, dude. I swear to God if it showed me his teeth. But a Rottweiler is bigger than a cat. I'd probably kill a cat if I punched it as hard as I could. A Rottweiler, shit. But anyways, you can see there they're just spawning through the floor, and it's pretty easy if you just, like I've said, the #1 rule of YOTESLAYA, the Zombie Slayer. Pay attention to what is coming in front of you and not necessarily what is behind you. These little zombies in this map run pretty fast, so I wouldn't recommend ever turning around unless you're ready to shoot at a couple. But, you know, you see I took out 2 or 3 there. That's what really made this take so long is because I just, like, I probably was a little bit too paranoid, but I wanted to beat this so bad that I was going to do whatever it takes because a lot of people said you cannot beat this solo. And a lot of people even doubted me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do what I got to do to beat this. If it takes me goddamn 10 years, I'm going to beat this map. I promise you. But I did die a few times trying to come up with other strategies, using the traps, killing them all off, and then trying to weave through them every time I killed them. But that shit doesn't work. It's way too risky. If you want to beat this map and join the Death Club, I suggest killing a few at a time. But you see me, that was the end of round 2, going into 3. Here is the end of round 3, going into 4, going into cuatro, into quad. But I don't know, man. This map was really fun. And honestly to God, it was really boring at the same time. Just because right there I was like, oh snap, they were really close to me. But honestly, because the way I did this, it made it really boring. And I'll probably not ever play this again. It would be pretty intense. I know HD Craze Gamer and his buddies beat this new in 4-player, and it would be insane to do that. I always told him you could easily in 4-player. Solo, I believed that I could, but I started having my doubts because it took me all day. Like, I think it was Saturday when I did this, and it took me all day to beat this. But you can see there, round 3 is ending. I can't tell what my points are because I'm watching this in Sony Vegas, and the screen is very little, and I can't really read. I can see the red slash, but not really the points. I see the white line. It looks like I'm in 5 figures right now, obviously, since it is round 3. Obviously, I'm running out of things to say again. But anyways, man, I am so excited about Moon. It is 4 hours away, give or take. Oh, my God, I get it for free. Oh, I cannot wait. I'm like a kid before Christmas, dude. Just can't sleep, man. Here in about 2 hours, I'll be hanging out on the dashboard, like going in and out, waiting for that thing to appear, and then we'll be good. You guys are going to get flooded with videos. You guys ain't even going to know it because this ain't going to come out till for a couple more days. I ain't going to put this out while Moon's going on. That's like trying to compare, like, I don't know, Queen Latifah with Fergie. That was a horrible, horrible comparison, but hey, I don't know. I tried. I try to be funny every day, but you guys know. You guys are my subscribers. You know that sometimes it works and most of the time it doesn't. What can I say? There's the end of 4. Here is in the at the end of round 4 where I finally beat it. I'm pretty close to points, I think, here. You guys will not believe what I did. I stopped recording at one point just because Fraps, if you don't know, Fraps like the recordings are like huge, and I stopped recording because I didn't want to have a bunch of files. And then when I thought to myself, when I get close, I'll start recording again. I almost missed this because I didn't realize I was recording, or I realized I wasn't. But I thought I was getting scared there because they started to spawn through the floor. But I turned around and get me a massive spray. But right there, you see, I bought it for 50,000. Game over at round 4. I hope you guys enjoy this. Me soloing death. But as usual, guys, remember to rate and subscribe. Yodi, solid out.